What's Gucci, y'all? Let's begin. Today we got Power Princess versus Monster X. By far one of my favorite Squadron Supreme members, and by far one of the hottest women in Marvel. Power Princess cements herself as I would actually say she is a superior version of Wonder Woman. In all honesty. She's killed Gore, the God Butcher, and has actually beaten Mangog with the Odin Force and a piece of the Destroyer armor, which also amps him up. So again, she's ridiculously more powerful, if not stronger, than Wonder Woman. And in all honesty, yeah, I think she would beat Wonder Woman in just about every category except for speed. Yeah, I would definitely say Wonder Woman definitely has better speed feats just by her, years being around her. But this girl has taken down World War Hulk. She's actually done it single-handedly. She's cut Celestials, ripped apart Phoenix Jean Grey with her bare hands, and was actually able to brawl against Thor. She was actually one of the few members, if not the only member, of the Squadron Supreme to actually beat their 616 you know, beat the 616 heroes here in Echo Phoenix. She was actually had the upper hand on Echo, who has the full power to Phoenix, and with just a portion of it, right? Echo was capable of taking down Namor, who had a level 2 version of his portion of the Phoenix. And I would have to say he had the same level of the Phoenix, right, that he had in Avengers vs. X-Men, but elevated because he can actually go into a golden-haired state here. She's also been capable of taking down characters like Null, Hela, Tigra, Janet Van Dyne, Ulik, and even the likes of Hercules, which is absolutely crazy that she's even able to take down gods like these and gods of these calibers. It's absolutely she's ridiculously powerful. She also possesses the Necro Lasso, which is actually made from Gore's all black Necro Sword. All right, so that's pretty impressive here. It should have the same capabilities, if not more, considering she can turn into any weapon she wants. But she keeps it as a lasso that can rip the skin off of Phoenix Force users. It was either actually going to like rip the flesh off of Echo if Starbrand did not help her. She actually has a Bifrost axe made from the pieces of the Bifrost that allow her to teleport around here. She has a sword which should be able to cut just about anyone. She's actually been able to cut the Phoenix. Should have been able to cut the likes of World War Hulk. She's actually decapitated Celestials with them. And we should already know how powerful Celestials are. Celestials are capable of taking attacks from Skyfighter level beings when they combine their assaults like it's nothing. I mean, she's even taken down the likes of Mangog, and we all know Mangog is like ridiculously powerful, actually scaring Odin. Even if he's in a weakened state or even at a full powered state, it's very preferable that he's able to scare the likes of Odin, who even at a weakened state can destroy entire galaxies casually. So again, Odin is really just no joke in general. I mean, this guy was even able to, smack around Donald Blake, who had just taken down Sorcerer Supreme Loki. Like, come on now. There's also the fact that she's beating Null, and we already know Null was able to rip the Sentry in half. Like he Uno reversed everything on Sentry. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous here. And, she beat Null here when it took a Captain Universe level Captain Universe Venom or Enigma Force Venom here to basically just incinerate him. Basically bury that dude in the sun so he can have some words with him. Then there's the fact that she took down World War Hulk, which is probably a combination of her strength and skill. In all honesty, I do think Wonder Woman can take on the Hulk. It's just a bit weird how we can argue she can beat him when she can't even beat characters like Damage or Doomsday, when she actually uses the same methods she uses against Doomsday and fighting against the World War Hulk. It's absolutely ridiculous here. I think her own. I think what Zarda actually does lack is speed. She's the least fastest of the superpowered members of this squadron. Out of actually characters like Doctor Spectrum, Hyperion, and yeah, obviously Blur are much faster than she is, and she wasn't even able to react to Mjolnir. Now, granted, Mjolnir is much faster than the likes of Silver Surfer, but again, characters have been able to react to Mjolnir on multiple occasions here. And the fact that she also has the all black as a weapon here, considering the all black has been able to kill a god that rests with black holes for fun here, I do think it's safe to say that that weapon can be used in a plethora of ways and actually applied to, this combat or this fight here in multiple scenarios. She could probably use it to make daggers, make her sword, but she actually carries a sword. She even has an invisible blade, by the way, which is absolutely ridiculous here. So again, I think this is she's probably the strongest, if not the most dangerous member of the Squadron Supreme, using her skill and fighting ability to take down characters much stronger than her, or just flat out be superior to them in that combat. Now let's go into Monster X, and this is actually pretty similar. Monster X is by far a superior King Ghidorah, meaning all King Ghidorah's feats would basically go to Monster X because he's an evolved and higher form of King Ghidorah here. He's actually incredibly strong, actually able to beat the crap out of Godzilla. This Godzilla would definitely be above things like, Skyfather levels of beings like Zeus, who's been able to subdue Kronos, who killed Uranos, the creator of their universe. Okay, so again, I do believe that this immense Monster X is higher than some of the gods themselves here. So it's the fact that Godzilla had his time in Marvel, okay, where Godzilla straight up one tapped the Hulk, right? He one tapped the Hulk. He casually matched Thor in strength and was actually beginning to overpower him to the point where you know Thor was even losing confidence in himself, and that's a very rare thing. He's one of the few monsters that are able to beat Anguirus. Actually, is recorded to survive black holes casually. And in all honesty, it doesn't even kill him. It actually just transports him to another part of the universe, which was absolutely ridiculous. So again, King Ghidorah or Monster X is just simply powerful. He's actually incredibly durable down to the molecular level. He's not affected by the absolute zero cannon, which freezes you on a subatomic level and shatters you. He's immune to Mothra's magic. He's immune to, weapons designed to actually kill him and take him down. Because again, he doesn't abide by the same rules as we do. And with the versatility that he has, he's been able to, actually outmatch other monsters before. He's even fought against entire monster teams before, including the likes of Godzilla, a character that, relatively comes close to him. Anguirus, one of the most durable monsters around. Gorosaurus, who was actually strong enough to break his back. And the likes of Baragon and Rodan, who is faster than the likes of Mothra, who's been able to time travel under her own speed. Yeah, that's ridiculously impressive, right? So again, he's been able to do this multiple times, even fighting against the likes of Manda, who's known to be a capable you know, capable magic user himself in his own right here. So again, Monster X is just ridiculously powerful, more powerful than Godzilla, definitely strong as well. He also has a couple hacks here, like his optic gravity blast. He also has gravity manipulation, able to increase an opponent's gravity, even is able to consume an opponent through the gravity of the planet. Let's see here. He also has life force absorption, invisibility, intangibility, space-time manipulation to the point where he can reverse an opponent's attacks or bend space and time around his attack here. Even being able to kill someone before they even realize it, and then, once they actually do realize it, they just they drop dead. It's actually ridiculous here. He possesses shadow manipulation. Now he's able to literally absorb and eat someone through their own shadow, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's basically like his shadow attacks you while it eats your shadow, and there's really nothing you can do to stop it because again, it's by your own shadow, which is absolutely ridiculous here. Let's see. He also possesses teleportation, magnetic manipulation, to the point where he can manipulate metallic objects pretty easily. I don't think there's really anything, to do there. He can also magnetize opponents as well, making them a living magnet. All right. So again, here he's able to cause hurricane winds, able to cause storms, absorb energy. He actually gets stronger from that as well. lightning. He has bioelectric nature. He's able to absorb electrical attacks here, and can honestly just feed on excess energy. You know, he can feed on all forms of energy, including magical energy, considering the fact that Mothra is still a magical deity, including the likes of Manda, and he's been able to feed off their energy as well. So again, that could play a big role in this fight as a whole here. Sorry about that. He also possesses great speed, being able to cross galaxies, even fly out of our solar system in little less than a couple seconds here. He's been able to just casually traverse space, being able to blitz the likes of Mothra, has reacted to Rodan on multiple occasions, even being able to hang with Mothra in combat speed. And Mothra, believe it or not, is actually ridiculously fast altogether. He actually uses gravity manipulation in different ways here. Summon meteors with his gravity manipulation and have them hurtling at you at pretty fast speeds. Like these meteors had like, you know, beam trails, you know, coming like right after them, like visible solid beam trails here that were capable of like just demolishing their opponents here. So yeah, I think that's good enough. Let's begin this fight here. Now, this is actually pretty interesting in my opinion because these characters do scale pretty high in their verse here. I mean, even scaling to, you know, above Marvel Godzilla, considering the fact that in Planet Eater, Ghidorah was stated to have gone through multiple universes and killed multiple Godzillas. So it's very possible he probably killed the IDW version of Godzilla and very possibly killed the Marvel version of Godzilla, who was able to fight against the classic day heroes here. And Thor was capable of fighting against Celestials, even the fact that Godzilla broke out of Invisible Woman's force field, which is able to again crack Celestial armor, if not straight up destroy it. He's also been able to fight against, you know, the likes of Thing and Human Torch, who have been able to tank blasts from Celestials and being able to tear through Celestials with their fire and their physical abilities. So again, I don't think this is a really one-sided, wishy-washy kind of fight here. I do think they scale to each other, but each one takes something in edge here. I think Zarda or Power Princess here definitely has the, let's see, she definitely has the skill advantage over Monster X. Not that Monster X is a bad fighter. It's just that Zarda actually has, you know, more, you know, skill feats than Monster X. Yes, Monster X has taken down the likes of characters like King Caesar and Jet Jaguar, who are renowned fighters, with King Caesar knowing every martial arts in his respective verse here. So again, I don't think that Monster X is a bad fighter, considering he knows Exilian hand-to-hand combat, which is supposed to be superior to Japan's form of hand-to-hand combat in that verse here. So again, I do think that yeah, I think it's pretty simple, you know. I mean, they capable of just doing all these different things here, and just the fact that yes, other versatility. I'm gonna just say it like this. I think this is gonna come down to if, you know, Power Princess can beat him before he gets serious, because there's sadistic Ghidorah or sadistic Monster X, and then there's serious Monster X. All right, a serious Monster X is something you just don't want to have on your hands here, especially with the versatility he's packing. He's just straight up a monster. All right, that's straight up monstrous in general. So I think that Zarda will actually begin. They'll both begin the fight physically, and I do think that's when Zarda would take the upper hand here. Monster X would definitely be physically stronger and more durable than she is, but I think her skill will give her an edge to balance that out. Plus, I do think her combat speed might be a little bit greater than his. But again, here, Zarda's actually thing is that she gets too close, even to characters that are more versatile than her. So I think that's what's actually going to cost her here. And once she gets too close, I think Monster X is going to realize that he needs to take this fight seriously. Otherwise, he's going to get killed here. So Monster X taking that fight much more seriously here is going to overwhelm and pretty much just straight up hit Zarda with combos that she's not even going to be able to see before. The lack of versatility as well is going to pretty much go in Monster X's favor here, because again, she only has weapons and melee weapons, and Monster X can simply take those away as well. He can simply use anti-gravity on them. He can use pretty much every form of versatility he has just to make sure Zarda does not win here. There's also the fact he can simply trap her in a dome and proceed to absorb her life energy fully, pretty much demoting Zarda into a lifeless husk in general. So in all honesty here, I do believe Zarda is powerful enough to give Monster X a good fight here. But that's when he takes the fight a lot more seriously and begins to pretty much just straight up overwhelm her. Just like the Star Brand and the Phoenix did. Now you could say it took two multiversal entities, but Monster X simply has just a lot more versatility and a lot more heat packing in his Glock than both of those two combined. There's just so much versatility that he can simply telepathically bombard Zarda, right? He can telepathically bombard Power Princess here and then, proceed to just wail on her in multiple, just multiple ways he has to take her down than just, Zarda taking him out. Also, the fact he uses shadow manipulation, which she would have no counter to. Pretty much just pin Zarda with one arm and just devour her by her shadow. Pretty much just killing her in a slow and painful fashion here. So again, if I have to give the winner, Monster X is going to take this, and it's going to be a very 6 out of 10 times, maybe even 7 out of 10 times. The versatility gap is just way too huge to ignore here. And the fact that he has hexes that really no one can counter here is absolutely ridiculous here. I mean, that shadow manipulation and shadow eating ability is ridiculously overpowered. But let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.